It's possible. In spite of the fact that things aren't working out right now, in spite of the fact that I don't have all the things I need, I don't have the help and the assistance I need, it's still possible that I'm still in the game, I'm still breathing, I still have life, I still have an opportunity. As long as I'm here, I've got an opportunity to pull it off. That no one has the right to count you out, to disregard your presence. No one has the right to do that. You don't have the right to do that. You can do it, but you should not do that. You want to give yourself a fighting chance. If you take yourself out of the ring, you never have a chance to know whether or not you could have made it happen. But if you could stay in there, and what can keep you in there? What can get you up off the canvas? As long as I'm in the ring, it's possible I can get one lick in that can make the difference. See, I think there are three kinds of people. There are winners, people that know who they are, know what they want, know their potential, know what the possibilities for their lives, and they go out and they take life on. And then there are far more other people, and those are the losers in life. They don't know who they are. They've set themselves up to be losers. Circumstances, events, various experiences have shaped this image of themselves. They draw hard times and bad luck to themselves. They feel that it's hopeless and no sense in trying to change it. But then there's another group, and that's who you are. I think you're in this group. And this group are winners who have not discovered the keys that will enable them to unlock some new opportunities for themselves, some new experiences for themselves. These are people who they're winners. They know that they are, but they're out of alignment. They're out of sync with themselves. They just need some twerking, just need some coaching, just need to make some adjustments here and there. Just need to be given an opportunity, just need a little help, a little assistance. And often they're gone. How can you identify these people? Because these people who are winners, who have not discovered the keys that will enable them to tap into their greatness, they're always searching. They're brave, stormy weather, icy streets, sleet and rain to get there. The weather forecast might say it's miserable outside. Driving is hazardous, but these strange people. So how do we handle that? What do we do? Let's look at those that did get out. Those that in spite of the weather, in spite of the conditions, what happened to those people who have been knocked down or shocked or disappointed or experienced some failures? What enabled them to keep on keeping on? Here's what Dr. Seelman discovered, that when they provided coaching and training for these dogs and took them through something that they call cognitive therapy, the act of or process of knowing, including both awareness and judgment, that the people who make it, the people who are living their dreams, the people that are bringing about change, these people have a sense of who they are. And they make a decision, I can handle this. They make a decision that my circumstances are not going to determine me. Now, the people that don't make it out, these people align themselves with the negative part of themselves. They identify and romance with failure and disappointment. They entertain it. They don't believe, they have faith, bad faith, that they won't make it. These people identify with their weaknesses and their shortcomings. So they give up. All they can see is why they can't make it. And they'll build a strong case, and they're always defending their shortcomings. But through some enlightenment, through some coaching, learned optimism can become a reality for all of us. Where we have unending hope that we begin to align ourselves with the highest that's within us. That we begin to know each day that we are the raw material out of which we create our life, we create our circumstances. That there's a part of you now that you've got to call into being. It's there, it's dormant. And because you haven't used it, it's not developed yet. This creative power that you have. See, most of us only believe in things that we can see, but there's more to us than what meets the eye, the physical eye. And as you begin to do this, and I want you to do this with me, here's what's necessary for you to tap into this power you have within you. One is, as you look at it, begin to feel differently. Sit up in your chair and square your shoulders. And you know, if you ever watch athletes during the Olympics or anybody getting ready for any major sporting event, they don't just drive by a ring and say, oh, they're in there, I got to fight there tonight. Good, let me walk up there. Good. Give me a pair of trunks right quick so I can come in here and fight. People that are Olympic divers, they don't just, it's my time, just run out there and just jump right off. People that are high jumpers, they stand back and they watch and they look a long time. They're seeing it. They're visualizing it. They are experiencing it. They see themselves going up over it. I want you to do that. I want you got to have some fear when you're looking at your goals. Don't ignore that. Acknowledge that fear. You've got some nervousness and some tension when you look at where you want to go. Might be some major decision you got to make, and you feel it in your guts. When I'm dealing with a major challenge, my shoulders get tight, my neck. I'm dealing with something major. I do this a lot, loosening myself up. Sometimes I feel it in my guts. What we've got to do is get in touch with our feelings, acknowledge what we're feeling, but also connect with that part of us that knows that you're powerful, that you've got some special stuff in you, and that your circumstances, they don't determine you. You determine your circumstances. It's a difference between being a thermometer and being a thermostat. A lot of people are thermometers. They fluctuate with life. Things are going well, they feel good and they're positive. They have a yes, I can attitude. Things don't go well, now they're depressed. They're up and down. Any wind that comes along. But when you are a thermostat, you don't let the circumstances determine you. You go into a cold room, you'll make it warm. You go into a negative situation, you'll make it positive. Because you see yourself differently than a thermometer does. There are a lot of people that allow their circumstances to dictate how they feel, what they're going to experience. But there's something a part of you, the perfect essence of who you truly are. No one can touch that. There you have the power to determine how you're going to respond to anything. Most thermometers go through life reacting to everything. The thermostats respond. I'm reminded of a man that went to a slave auction. And he was looking at all of the slaves. He was trying to make some determination of some he would purchase. And he saw one particular slave that walked with his head up and his shoulders square, and he had a kick in his walk. And there was something about the essence of him. And that gentleman said, hey, listen, he said to the slave owner, I want to get that slave over there. He said, no, you can't have him. He's not for sale. He said, why not? He said, as you can see, he's different. He said, what makes him so different? He said, back in Africa, his father is a king, and he knows that. And even though he's enslaved, even though he's in shackles, he still believes that he's a prince, and he acts like one, and walks like one, and works like one. He knows his true identity, his true heritage. And that what we've got to do, that when things happen to us in life, if you lose your job, if you go through a divorce, if you're coming back from addiction, if you're coming back from failure after failure after failure, and disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, and you've been nothing but a flake all your life, and no one believes in you anymore because you've been lying and losing credibility every day. So you've established that kind of personal history and track record. And no one wants to be bothered with your behind anymore. Here's what will enable you to get back in the race and pick yourself up. And here's what's necessary for you to begin to reinvent your reality. And that is that you must know within yourself, there must be a deep inner knowing of your true identity, that you are a prince, that you are a princess, and that even though there might have been behaviors that were out of sync with who you truly are, that you have not found the key, you have not made the adjustments. Many times you can go to a lock, and if the key is slightly off, you put the key in the lock, it won't turn. So what's necessary for us to begin to discover our stuff and to produce different results in our lives? One is you can't put a key in halfway and try and turn it. You have to put it all the way up in there to find out whether or not it fits, whether or not it works. By the same token, whatever dream that you have, whatever you've decided that your passion, pursue it passionately.